Today's sidebar is titled Avoidable Mistakes Startups Make, and this is episode 117 on Kelly Bagla's Go Legal Yourself podcast.
Welcome to the Go Legal Yourself podcast. This show is about knowing the legal life cycle of your business. Welcome, my legal beagle, to another sidebar. Today's sidebar is very interesting, and it's a must know for everyone that is thinking about going into business. It is called Avoidable Mistakes Startups Make. That has a really cool ring to it, right? The first one is not using a lawyer to start up their company. I just don't understand it. I understand that maybe they don't have enough money and they think lawyers are very, very expensive. Well, you have to find the right lawyer. Don't go cheap, right? Don't go to a discounted lawyer, because I'm sure you wouldn't go to a discounted heart surgeon, right? Why you would go to a lawyer, it's not just the formation. If you think you can file your articles online with the Secretary of State, oh yeah, that's easy, I can do it. Well, there's a litany of things that you have to answer. Well, first of all, how much stock are you going to be issuing? If it's an LLC, is it going to be a member managed or a manager managed? And what are the liabilities involved, right? And then on top of that, you have to have your internal documents. Again, startups don't know this. They file the articles and now they think, okay, I'm protected, I'm in business. No, you're not. You will get sued personally if you do not have your internal documents. The other massive mistake that startups make is not having employment agreements with everyone, including the founders. This is where the issues and the problems arise. Say, for example, you have 3 founders excited, going into business together. They do their own filing. All of them are on the board. All of them have CEO or CTO or C-level titles. And all of them say, okay, well, we'll just hold a third each of the company. Do you have any legal documentation to back this up with? Do you have in your employment agreement what the duties are going to be? These are the issues that I'm dealing with on a daily basis. I get calls from founders, frustrated, very hurt, depressed founders saying one of our founder, if you will, didn't contribute anything to the company, and now he's taken off with all the money in the account. What do we do? He's threatening to sue us. What do we do? He holds 1/3 of the company. What do we do? We feel like we're being held hostage. What do we do? Usually, I'm going to say 100% of the time, they don't use a lawyer to start their company. Make sure you have employment agreements with listed duties. Plus, you would write in those duties, if you are derelict in your duties and you are not performing, you will be terminated. I'll be back. I know, I just had to say that from the Terminator, right? Just think about that. Anytime someone does not perform in your company that you have worked so hard for, you can actually let them go. But you have to have proper documentation to prove that they did not fulfill their duties. Another mistake is not having accountability. Again, let's stick with the 3 founders. The 3 founders go into business. 2 of them are the tech guys. So they create this app and they do all the technical work. And the other founder, he's responsible for business development. He's responsible for going out and finding funding and creating relationships with third parties that can help push this app out. Does he do that? No. Does he use the credit card for business purposes? No. So again, you have to have accountability, have weekly meetings, if not a daily meeting, because it's just the 3 of you. Keep each other accountable. The other mistake, which is definitely avoidable, is not issuing stock legally. I have just done a sidebar on issuing stock and what the ramifications of issuing illegal stock could be. It could be a year in prison. It could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines and penalties. And the only way you're going to be issuing stock legally is, again, by hiring a business attorney. And the last point that I want to touch upon, again, there's a lot of mistakes that startups make. I could go on for hours, but I know my podcast producer doesn't have hours and hours. So the last mistake I want to touch upon is not having a buy-sell agreement. I think I'm going to do a sidebar on just that because it's that important. Let's go back to the 3 founders. One of them gets into a car accident and becomes incapacitated. What happens to the founder's stock? Well, now the founder's spouse or the kids, it passes to them. They are the ones that are going to be holding 1/3 of your company with you because you don't have a buy-sell agreement in place. And this person doesn't know anything about your business, doesn't know business development, doesn't know absolutely anything about what's going on. However, they're going to receive 1/3 of the profits. Is that fair? It's certainly not. Again, these are avoidable mistakes. Avoidable mistakes startups can make. I am your legal friend, attorney Kelly Bagler. Until next time, cheers to your success.
If you're looking to start a podcast on your own, use the coupon code WHATHAS at checkout and receive a free month of media hosting from our recommended hosting company, Libsyn.com. That's LIBSYN.com. This podcast was produced by Imagine Podcasting, and we help businesses eliminate competition by elevating their brand message to be heard. Visit ImaginePodcasting.com for more information.